In the lawless metropolis space station Midspace, the syndicate boss, Princess Zuzu, hired a group of disreputable travelers to acquire a rare monarch wraith egg for her to raise as her successor. However, the group had a sudden change of heart, took both money and egg, and fled. This is the story of those travelers. Dr. Z, a psychic jellyfish like alien, versed in the arts of hacking and medicine who pilots a robotic suit of armor. Cleo, the ursine explosives expert, an immense bipedal bear creature armed to the teeth and not adverse to risk-taking. And Herodotus, a decorated military officer dedicated to the imperial conquest of human civilization, making a daring escape from gangsters aboard their recently scavenged Making a daring escape from starship. They are the Backwater Bastards. All right, welcome everybody. We're recording for the first time.
Yeah.
We certainly didn't have to start again because someone wasn't recording.
No, we didn't.
Yeah, Dan.
That wouldn't be a thing at all.
And who do you think it
One
was?
of us.
One totally Dan.
Amazing.
One of us.
Since for whatever reason we're not saying it, I'm just gonna say it. Just said to everybody, it was Dan. Dan forgot to record. On Dan.
Yeah.
Blame it on the Dan.
Sometimes I just get
I'm
carried
proud of
away,
you,
especially
Evan.
with this
That takes a
quarantine.
lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
But
takes a lot.
it's okay, Dan. It happens to the best of us.
I'm so glad you're a forgiving, kind
That's
person.
just who I am, Dan.
A forgiving
I never
friend.
I forgive Dan, but I never forget.
Well, because we're already on the second recording, how about we go straight to a recap?
Oh, we could do that. I mean, welcome. We're all here.
Aye.
Yep.
You can hear all our voices because we're all recording.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes.
Let's get into a recap then.
Ooh, sick burn.
In the prior
No, we don't
episode,
even have any of that Tiger King or that
Taylor on the escalator.
that was 30 minutes of gold.
Gold dust.
The statute of limitations on that escalator thing might not be up yet, so you know what?
Yeah, should we do a quick recap of the banter? We talked about the Tiger King, and also Tay fucked up a escalator not on purpose. So
And
there
if
we go.
you want to tell us about the biggest thing that you ever broke, write in. We'll talk about the coolest one on air.
Ooh.
Ooh, nice.
I mean, if we don't forget to record it.
That's true.
Yeah.
All right.
Gonna get some weird messages.
Yeah. I fed an escalator to my tigers.
Take a tire to my escalator.
Oh, messy.
It would be.
Recap. We just left our bastards having reclaimed the ancient spaceship, the Grey Dragon. Has been maintained by an artificial intelligence named Reese, recently given himself the name after the bastards allowed the AI to name itself, named itself after its favorite human, the prior captain of the ship, Reese. But also on board the ship, the bastards discovered a large alien egg that seemed very reminiscent of the eggs of the wraith species, although significantly larger. But this mystery of this was very quickly solved when they got to the saloon where D.E.E.T.Z the droid had hired them and discovered that Princess Zuzu, the wraith monarch, who is the leader of the syndicate that runs the space station, crime syndicate, was looking for the egg and to raise a new
that egg.
wraith monarch as her heir and successor. And at this point, the bastards had a very last-minute change of heart. I think Herodotus in particular got quite emotional about protecting this child from its impending
Destiny.
life of crime, its life in seedy locations. The bastards themselves know better than most what can come of someone with a poor upbringing. But not before making sure they got paid, of course. So the bastards swindled D.E.E.T.Z and Zuzu out of 2,500 credits each before slamming the door on D.E.T.'s hand, also ripping that off the poor droid.
Which I now have.
So he's lost a hand, lost all the money and the egg, and the bastards have just taken off.
What a day.
What a day.
I'm not even feeling bad, though.
Yes. Well,
So-
I'm just saving my changes to my inventory. I've just put D.E.E.T.Z hand in my
That's a good idea.
backpack.
Wait, do I get to have anything?
Did you loot anything?
You get 2,500 credits.
All right.
You know,
fine.
nothing to scoff at.
Well, I don't have a hand in my bag.
You stay out of my bag.
That's not what I'm about.
I'm
I'm
glad.
an upstanding cowboy.
Yeah, I'm
I have
standing
an
beer.
honor system.
Mhm.
Thank you.
All right.
So you're all pretty damn wealthy, really.
We are
Yeah.
rich now. Well,
Yeah.
But you are also most wanted on this planet by the crime syndicate that runs things around here.
well, not yet. I mean, it only just happened.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's only the people who are, the closest to the situation at the
And he's
minute.
just one bar owner, okay? Does he rule all of Midspace? We don't know yet, but also maybe he doesn't. So, we're about to find out, I guess.
I'm thinking really hard about that now, and I'm realizing that we should have thought that first.
Well, bloody hell, Herodotus. You've gone put
But I-
ourselves in the bloody fire now.
Well, what would you want me to do? Was I supposed to abandon this carefree, innocent life form to a life of degradation, predestination, crime? No, sir. No, sir. I will not do it, sir. I will raise him as one of my own.
Well, I think it's about as good as that then.
Okay. Well, I mean, you better put it back in its
Dare
in
you,
its
sir.
refrigerator.
Yes.
Don't want it to get fraught.
I love the idea that Herodotus has been like hugging it to his chest since.
Yes.
since
No refrigerator. No, it's staying here until she hatches.
It's gonna go off with all your, your heat.
Yes, Reese.
No.
Reese, is there any specific bed chamber it should be in? Have we removed
Can
it
I
too soon?
simply keep it within the warm folds of my trench coat, and for that reason, keep it as warm as not till we strike upon the moon day?
The young visitor has been kept in refrigeration to keep it dormant all these years, Dr. Z.
So will there be any harm in old Herodotus carrying it?
The creature will now mature as usual.
Oh my God, it's gonna wake up.
Oh, Herodotus,
Well,
I hope you're
it's time
ready
one
to
of
be a
us did.
father. Now, gang, bastards, should we check the ship? Maybe other stowaways that we weren't expecting. Reese, you keeping anything else secret from us?
Visitors, all the ship is yours to explore.
Reese, baby, that wasn't the question.
Yeah, can I quickly do a hacking to make sure that we're into the ship's maybe radar systems to see if we're being followed or see how safe we are currently?
Absolutely.
I think we're alone now.
Because we're probably not that
Doesn't
safe.
seem to be any other.
Give me a hacking roll.
I've rolled an 18.
Shazam.
13 plus 5.
Well, Reese doesn't seem to be withholding much from you anyway. It seems like you've got pretty good access, but of course, if he was hiding something that you have not uncovered with your hacking attempt, you would
Wait,
not be aware of it.
that was a roll to kind of use Reese's ship scanners to see if we're being followed,
Of course,
rather
yeah.
than anything on the ship.
So looking at the scanners, you don't see anything, but you're still sort of flying in rather sort of, you're within the domed city of, there are small craft. You're in quite a large craft for this area. You barely fit, you don't fit down any of the alleyways and stuff. You've risen up above the buildings now, but
Yeah.
there are small craft flying about. None of them seem to be coming on you. Most of them seem to be going about their general business. The radar is sort of a mess of space, of air travel.
Nice. Now, Herodotus, where are you taking us to?
Me? I'm simply the pilot. I'm not the navigator.
May I make a suggestion?
I'm dubious, but go ahead.
We had a few things left back at the docks, and before everything turns into a fiery hellhole that I'm sure you're used to.
You mean before I displayed my heroic character?
Yes, before you displayed your heroic
Displayed my heroic character.
displayed your heroic
Yeah,
character.
absolutely.
Yes, before you did that, the displaying of your heroic
Yeah,
character.
yeah. Look at the medals. Look at the medals.
Should we go and collect things left back at the docks?
I mean, very well. Do you prefer guns blazing or stealthy?
Oh, well, you know what I'm about.
Yes, but I do not want to speak about that, you bear-like buffoon.
Do you want your ship intact?
Harry.
Are you doubting my piloting skills, sir?
Not for this ship.
I
but
will have
Absolutely
you
not.
know
The Plentiful
that I've
Pantry.
flown combat missions on
The
every...
Plentiful Pantry, your frigate, your ship.
Yes, sir. I know her, sir. She can take care of herself, sir. She is equipped with the finest state-of-the-art self-defense systems and an AI with a bit of a testy zinge to her. You know what I mean?
Or if you're not interested in collecting, then
Well, one shouldn't be...
Dick, is it possible for me to just call the ship to me, provided it has an AI? Or will we have to...
It won't be able to fly itself. No, it's a.
Ah, son of a bitch. All right.
That's some nice playing, though. That's some nice try.
I
do appreciate
it. You must give it a shot. You must give it the old college try. You know what I mean? Well, you're not far off, Doctor, and I use that word in the widest possible determinator. Well, I say we go in stealthy, covert, under the proverbial radar. I will proceed forthwith with the egg, because I do not trust either of you, to my ship, the Plentiful Pantry. Then we will fly out in formation, guns a-blazing. What say you all? I do not care, we go ahead. I'm the only person here with military discipline. Neither of you can be trusted. You are mere civilians, wielding weapons you are not skilled enough to wield.
Can I restock with shields and things like that
Yeah, I mean,
on the
Yeah,
ship?
good idea.
I've taken it upon myself to assume that sort of during your travel, your next journey, that you will like recharge up everything. So I've
So
already
when
sort
we're
of,
on the ship, we can like recharge.
you recharge
cool. I love
recharge
that.
your shields and stuff, and
I want to put a shield on the egg, though. Do I have like shield kits as well? Do I restock up on those, or are we out of those?
You've just got the one shield projector, so you could strap it onto the egg and leave yourself without it, or you could just keep it near you and project your shield over it.
oh yes, well, Herodotus, I will be watching out as well. If there is much bounty in this cargo, I also wish to see it kept safe. And you too, old friend.
Yes,
No, I've not heard Taylor for a little while.
friend.
I'm thinking about something.
That's all right. You're still here.
Oh, Taylor's a humming. She's thinking.
Listen. I would like, I don't know exactly how to do this, but I would specifically like to use like a bear foraging sense to sniff out an interesting treasure that might be aboard the ship.
Okay, I mean, I understand that.
And this could be like an interesting treasure that will either be beneficial to me in some way or no, just that. And so I could roll, I guess, like, what would that be? Like a regular D20?
It's a regular D20. I mean, I don't have a specific skill lined up for bear foraging, but
But like, since that's a thing, it might take over.
yeah. So this
So
could
is it
tap
an
into your
insanity thing?
insanity. Yeah, because your character is, of course, mildly insane
Insane in the
Absolutely.
membrane.
and is at constant risk of being taken over by ursine instinct.
Oh, that's
So
brilliant.
this could go badly as well.
Yes, but also it's something that you're skilled at.
Excellent. Let's get a
Exciting.
little crazy. How do I roll for that?
Just roll me a D20.
Not with like a modifier?
I mean, it's a D20 plus 5 because you are skilled at being a bear.
Okay.
It's 13.
Excellent. Wonderful. Let's see what happens.
Ooh, nice.
Cleo,
Yeah.
sniffing at the air and sort of like looking about, begins to start hunting through the ship, completely sort of ignoring, I guess, Dr. Z and Herodotus's bigger concerns about what to do now. She's realized now that this entire ship hasn't really been properly hunted through, and scouring through it, she makes her way through the meeting room, and there is empty bowls, of course, that has some sort of mushroom stew type stuff on them. Not much fun.
Delicious.
The docking bay, you've spent plenty of time in, you're sort of very well aware there's just a single escape pod in there, although there is room to dock some other small ships, and it looks as though Herodotus's Plentiful Pantry would probably fit in one of the big square vacuum-sealed sort of docking ports, which would be quite useful.
Yes, the old bitch would fit in here just fine.
Moving further through the ship, you bypass the medical bay because, you've looked quite thoroughly through there. There was just an egg, really, and some storage. And you get back into another room that is well stocked. There's just shelves and shelves, and you look on these shelves, and there's just lots and lots of very archaic-looking, definitely of human construction, blasters. Not massive use to a bear because your paws are of the wrong size, but you do have the knowledge and expertise to use all these weapons. There's a big stack of dusty old energy staves or energy blades that look like a sort of a double-ended electric halberd of some description.
Well, this looks like quite the cliche.
Evan, we're not with her.
Oh, sorry. I don't know.
Further forward into the final room is just full of ammunition, very depleted stocks of med packs and science packs. But looking at the ammunition, Cleo has a decided notion that she could, given time, manufacture explosives out of a lot of this stuff. And there is a disturbingly large amount of it, should she require it at some point.
Good to know.
And then it's leaving only one wing of the ship to explore. She quickly makes her way into there, and she discovers a narrow, but not so narrow that an Ursine can't squeeze through, corridor. On either side, there's just constant doors, and they're all little bunk rooms. So there's the first two are quite large rooms with bunk beds that look like they could house a good half dozen each. But then as she moves further along the wing, there's slightly grander living quarters. And right up the end, there's what appears to be some sort of captain's lodgings.
Okay, what do I have to roll to yak on that bed?
Also, I don't want to be overly pedantic, but I will be. If a bear can fit through it, I think it's fair to say it's not very fucking narrow.
Well, it's narrow-ish.
Maybe I made a shape.
It's narrow for Cleo.
All right.
Fair
Well,
enough.
all things are
He
relative.
didn't make all the sounds that I had to make to do it.
It's a passage, not a birth.
It's like a normal hallway.
It's scary when you get stuck, Evan. You should know, you're a giant.
But you know, it's such a nubile
Doesn't this happen
giant.
to you all the time?
I might be a giant, but such a nubile giant you've never seen.
I've never been stuck in a hallway, no.
Yeah.
I've also never encountered a word as gross as nubile.
Yeah, it's fair. Wait, quick poll. Has anybody here ever been stuck before?
What?
No.
Like
I've
stuck
also never been called nubile,
stuck
but it's still a gross
in
word.
any possible way. I mean, I've been stuck various ways, yeah.
I mean, you had to say various ways, didn't you?
Yeah, you had to leave it open like that.
Yeah.
Wait, who said no? Dan, you've never been stuck?
I can't think of a moment where I've
open like
been
a stuck
stuck.
passage.
No.
Is it that you can't think of one or you won't?
Maybe there's a dark part in my history, but I can't remember being stuck. I've had my foot stuck in like mud. Is that what you want?
That's getting us somewhere.
It's not a great
I feel like
one,
you
but
could
I'll
have just
take it.
taken your boot off and you were way free, though, in those
Oh,
sorts of
there you go.
scenarios.
You actually, Dick, were you there? Because you just...
Whoa. This is
read
almost like
my
prescience.
history, and that's exactly what happened. I took my boot off,
Well.
and I was free.
Well, you know, everybody, I'm glad we took this detour. I
What
feel
a
like we're all
great story.
grown as a result.
Now we know
I'm so
how...
glad that we're
we know
recording.
how to-
Shall we move on with the motherfucking game?
I mean, ironically, that's how you escape getting caught in a escalator as well.
That's definitely not what I did.
Wait.
That too.
I don't know that that's irony. Though. That's more like
also-
serendipity.
You know what this means?
That
No.
we continue playing the game?
Oh, I like
also,
that idea.
that geniuses are among us.
All right.
Carry on.
I mean, you know, I don't want to toot my own horn, but
Well,
But back to your initial question, Taylor. You don't have to roll anything to get on the bed if that's really what you want to do.
well, because I feel like if I do that, then I can have it.
I mean, that seems pretty fair. I feel like Herodotus
That's bold thinking.
will want the captain's quarters. So if you
Well,
get bear
he's not gonna want it
stench
after this.
everywhere, he might not.
Yeah, can I just do like a bear oil or whatever it is?
like, is that like patchouli but with more hair?
Or like scent mark, you're like rubbing your glands
Like a
all over
spray.
everything.
I mean, just
bear spray.
keep in mind, the more homely you make it smell, the more likely it is that Herodotus is going to assume that it's a very good way to raise an egg. Yeah, you didn't think of that?
This is a
did you,
male bear,
motherfucker?
so it's definitely not going to give you that vibe.
Herodotus doesn't know the difference. It's not dead. It's not
This
dealt
is
with
going
the
to
earth
smell
sign.
like violence.
Yeah, well, Herodotus is a military man. He's comfortable with that.
This
He's-
is going to be a real weird
he's-
parent.
He's done trenches through worse.
So we're going to go for a scent marking then, I suppose. A spray.
Yeah. A good spray.
A cooling mist.
Well, that happens. Cleo pisses all over the bed and walls.
Oh my god.
It's not pee, it's like bear
We're running
grease.
away from a crime syndicate.
Well, I'm not the one driving, so I have to do this.
And there is a musk.
You do now.
There's a certain musk to not
There's
not just this one living quarters, but also all the adjacent ones.
Say a certain musk. It's a very fucking certain musk.
Oh no, is there like a door
Oops.
that we can shut to keep that in there?
I couldn't help it. I was having an episode.
Getting back to the bridge. I mean, Herodotus and Dr. Zafrey.
Herodotus' nostrils flare and he goes,
Oh, it smells like incubation.
Oh my god.
Well, I'm glad I do not share your same senses.
Yeah, too true. Not everyone has the sense of glory.
I walk my way over towards any type of scanning systems.
Now, Herodotus, which wing did you park your ship? Where is this plentiful pantry?
Oh, that's a very good question. And in fact, I might have been a little bit under the influence as that happened. I do not quite remember. We might have to go search for it. Let me see if I have some sort of tracking device.
do I?
I mean, it's got to be a standard issue, right? With human military,
He's
particularly
got a
those
key
of-
fob. He just hands me the key
Yes.
fob.
All right. Herodotus sort of reaches into one of his inside pockets and pulls out what looks like a car key with like an embarrassing amount of like little sort of like figurines attached to it. And he starts clicking it, like get it like a boop, boop sound.
Are those the
to unlock
collectibles
his,
from the military, I see?
Yeah, military orders, sir. None of your business, civilian. Stand off.
Yes, I noticed that pink ponies are very much in with the military then, according to you.
It symbolizes the cavalry, you nincompoop.
Mm-hmm. Let's find your ship.
You wouldn't understand. You've never served a day in your life. Look at me. I can extend life and whatnot. Shut up.
Yes.
the little key fob pops up it's just a small round projection display that's got a little blinking red dot in the direction of the ship.
Ah, look at that. I found it. And they say technology is useless.
I don't know if they quite say that.
Shut up, civilian. What do you know? Let's go.
I walk over to the red dot and try and help figure it out and help navigate Herodotus to it.
The red dot at the minute is just pointing towards the nearest docks, which is a small problem because these docks are very near to the saloon that you've just fled. But
What?
All right. Well, I imagine we're going to be coming in
Did
hot.
we just come back?
Yeah, we're coming back
Yes.
for Herodotus' ship.
Oh my crap.
The Bountiful Pantry.
Let me do a quick hacking. I want to try and mask our ship's identity so that we can try and get in secretly. So I've just rolled a 15, and I'm going to communicate with Reese.
Now, Reese, we are maybe not wanted in this dock. So is there
Yes,
anything we can
perhaps.
do to mask your scent in a way?
Perhaps some of us expressed a surplus of chivalry, and now the locals don't take to it. God, barbarians.
Yes. Reese, would you be able to assist us with this?
Yes, Dr. Z. I will cease the projection of our identifying numbers.
Now, how long can you cease that for?
I can cease this indefinitely.
Yes, we might want to go ahead and do that from now on, Reese. We're not...
What? We're flying under false flags?
Until we
How?
get new flags.
How underhanded. I like it. It's the first good idea you've had, Doctor.
Well, thank you very much, Herodotus.
And I'll continue working away at masking with Reese the ship's
Oh,
flag.
Doctor.
Yes, Herodotus.
Would this be your diagnosis for success? That's what we in this service would have called a pune, or play on words. You wouldn't understand, civilian.
Pune?
Carry on.
Pune.
Yes, you're...
Yeah.
Well, this whole corridor moment thing is It's trickier when you're traveling in a starship capable of faster than light speeds, because in the course of this conversation, Herodotus is very easily piloted all the way to the docks.
I love a good pune.
Yeah.
It's taken less than a minute, and the starship is coming down in. You can see on the little tracking map of the Plentiful Pantry that it is docked somewhere off into the right dockings, and there doesn't seem to be at this point any sort of armed force waiting for you. Everything looks business as usual.
Herodotus, that ship of yours, only big enough for yourself?
Well, me and you know,
It can fit quite a few people on it. It's
Yes.
Well, maybe I'd like to suggest that old Big H and Cleo head over to take that ship, and I stay on board this since I am the weakest.
well, there's no doubt there. Do you have your certification for piloting, Doctor?
I feel
You know,
like...
I've seen your handwriting. I don't know if I trust you behind the wheel.
Do I have any piloting?
got-
Let me look at my things.
you've got
I
no
don't
specific
have.
piloting skill. No,
I don't have it. I don't not have it. So
I have
Herodotus
it.
turns to the AI.
oh, have you got it, Cleo?
Hey, computer!
Yeah, I'm looking at mine, and I specifically have.
Yeah, but do you also have a big ass gun? I might need you.
I have a button that says piloting. I just pressed it to make sure.
Computer!
Yeah, you've all technically got piloting, but only Herodotus is trained in it.
Yeah, Herodotus has a plus
Oh, okay.
5,
So then you can stay, Daniel.
I'll stay since you're more likely to survive out there if a gunfight happens.
Well, this computer is very slow in the response. Computer!
Yes, Herodotus.
Ah, finally. If the good doctor tells you what to do, will you do it?
I have been programmed to make all the visitors as comfortable as I can achieve.
Yes, but if it was not a question of comfort, say if the good doctor told you to do a certain amount of piloting in his respect, as he couldn't be trusted behind the controls, would you do it?
Certainly.
Very good. See, doctor, you can fly.
Excellent. Thank you, Herodotus, for your very much appreciated care in this situation.
Yes, and your grammar, sir.
I'm drinking wine. I can't say much.
Now, if you are past the schoolboy lessons, let's get into the thick of it, shall we?
Is Cleo still kind of in it?
I mean, Cleo wasn't overtaken with bear instinct, so Cleo sort of, although sort of maybe a bit racked up, has not lost control of her faculty.
Herodotus shouts for the bear.
Bear! Bear!
What?
Make ready for hot landing. I don't want to know what that means to you, just prepare.
Might I suggest, Herodotus, that we don't draw attention to ourselves and you just land normally?
Might I suggest that I take care of military matters and you, sir, speak softly to the AI so you don't piss it off.
Fixin' to.
Yes.
Fixin' to.
What did you say?
I'm fixin'.
She's fixing
Oh, she's
to.
fixing to. All right. So
I'm fixin' to.
as Herodotus brings the ship down and Cleo gets ready for potential danger, the ship coming into dock, there is a scraping noise up above the bridge.
What? Quickly.
I don't know if you all heard, but there was a scraping.
Yes.
That sounds rough.
Hard
as
to
a
not
cob.
hear it. I'm going to do a quick telepathy and see if I can reach out with my mind to see what is beyond the walls of the ship. I have rolled a 10.
And reaching out with
You looking with
telepathy,
your brain again?
Dr. Z
We all heard it.
uncovers nothing.
I think.
Well, surprise.
Must have been a fluke. Let's get ready.
What do you mean?
This is a job for
that was
some
my mind, you idiot.
Yes, well, it usually is empty, isn't it?
Sorry, baby. This is a job for a pair of eyes. Get out of here.
The scraping noise continues, however, and it seems to be moving forward overhead.
Oh, hell.
Quickly radio Cleo.
Cleo, we seem to have an intruder on board.
We did. I'm going to mobilize. Can I make a bomb?
You can definitely make a bomb.
You don't want to blow up our ship, Cleo.
The ship's
Girl,
got shields.
I didn't say what I was going to do about it.
Bear, put down the craft services. We're about to step off.
Okay, but I just want to build one.
I don't want to know about your derriere. I want to know about your readiness for battle, sir. I mean, ma'am. I mean, sir. I don't know what you are. You're a bear.
Okay, I rolled an 11, so it's a 6 plus 5.
It's not the best bomb, but it's definitely
Not great.
successful. It's a makeshift, usable explosive.
Little boy.
How big a bomb
Little
are we
boy.
talking here?
Just a little boy.
Little boy, very good.
Yeah. Okay, and now we can leave. And are we gonna go get the thing that's on top of the ship?
No, we're going to get my ship.
We're just
We don't even
gonna
know what's on
leave.
the ships. It could be anything. It could be a snowflake.
Now, Harry,
I'm in charge of military matters around here, sir. I'm the only one with rank.
Harry, we can't leave Dr. Z with whatever's on the ship
We
He's
could
a baby.
try.
with your son.
No.
Yeah?
It comes with me.
You're so deaf you can't hear a fart in a jug. We're gonna leave your son here with Dr. Z and something on the sailing.
Yes.
We better go see. I'm just gonna
Charlatan.
climb up there. Just a minute. I'm gonna get on top of the ship.
Oh, good Lord, we'll never get anything done with a bear in charge. Just bare necessities.
Harry, you better start being a parent today.
I'm not being a parent to you, am I?
You trying. How do I have to roll to get on top of the ship?
This parenting.
Yeah, you're
I
gonna have
can't
to make
bear it.
a sort of a dexterity attack because you can get out through the back door, but it opens downwards.
That's right,
my
we can
God.
get out.
Means clambering up on top could be an effort.
Harry, spot me.
Oh, very well. Very
All right, I'm
well.
gonna like swing out and kind of try to flap myself up on to the wing so I can scramble up. I rolled a 13. That's an 18 plus a -5.
That's
I forgot that wasn't what I was good at.
That's not awful though. So
It's
are we landing the ship or are we keeping it hovering above the docking at this point?
that's not relevant to my activity.
I mean, it is relevant to what might happen if you fall off though.
Everyone's trying to be a real smartass today, aren't they?
Trying?
I'm trying
you
to
indicating?
save you, Daniel.
Okay.
Pre-save him.
I'm worried about,
The egg.
but it could be
Worried
funny
about
if we
key
we
dramatic
just-
moments like the scraping on the top of a ship? Yeah, I think we should all
Who
be
knows
worried
what that
about
could be?
that.
That could
What
just
if
be
we
the AI
just
flying
leave to
real
go get
badly.
the
I mean,
ship and
it's,
then
it's
Dr.
Herodotus
Z?
behind the fucking wheel, dude. We could be scraping against the roof for all we know. There's no way to tell.
Yes, sure. I'm so drained from arguing.
Good.
All right.
Good. You heard him, Bear.
How I like him.
We have him exactly where we want him.
Cleo
Tenderized.
heading back to the docking station of the ship, opening up the doors, and with bare-like grace
Kind of flapping myself up there.
flapping up
I
on
don't
top of
want
the
to know what
ship.
you do to yourself to get up there.
And she, by virtue of digging her claws right into the exterior of the ship, is actually able to clamber up on top of the vehicle.
Yeah.
You good Lord, look at that dexterity.
There's great wind blowing about as the ship comes down, and as she pulls her way up,
Farted her way up there.
she can see at the other end of the ship, towards the front, crawling across the
no.
the one-armed form of D.E.E.T.Z, the droid.
no.
Oh my God, no!
Fuck.
No! I was gonna make a joke too, like don't look at my bare ass, but now it's definitely not relevant.
What do you
Oh my
see
God,
up there,
and
Bear?
Y'all, we got company.
Very well.
I think he's here for his hand.
It's okay. I still have his. Wait, do I have his hand?
No, I have his hand.
Oh, right.
You greedy
All right,
bastard.
Doctor.
Well, I don't know.
All right, Doctor. Time to give him what he wants.
He wants the egg.
Well, he wants his arm, sure.
Well, he can't hold it.
Very good, Bear.
D.E.E.T.Z is continuing to drag himself along to the point where actually Herodotus and Dr. Z can see him now as he's pulled himself onto the big domed windshield of the starship. And
Okay,
he-
No good Lord, he's
engage windscreen wipers and the
Yes.
thing that squirts water as well.
Computer!
Herodotus shouts.
Can I ask a question about the?
Way to steal my move.
absolutely.
It sounds like he's not really like super. It kind of sounds
With
like
it?
he's maybe struggling.
He's
Having a
I
hard
mean,
time
he
with it?
is having a bit of a hard time.
So is he very strong right now? Is he like full strength?
I mean,
He's one arm down.
yeah, he's one arm down, and also he's trying to grip onto a moving starship. But of course, so are
right.
you. So there's
So I have something I want to do.
I'm
It
just
might
gonna say
require-
it. He's about as strong as he's gonna get, hands down. Oh,
It might require multiple rolls.
Talk me through it.
Huh?
Talk me through it.
Okay, what I would like to do is get to where he is, which I realize might be a dexterity moment, because I'll have to walk across the top of the ship and then get him
Right.
from down a slope. Okay, so I need to move,
Mm-hmm.
and then I want to put the bomb in his mouth and peel his fingers off the ship.
He doesn't have a mouth, but you could like
Does he have like a hole?
you could potentially sort
somewhere?
of shove it like behind his breastplate kind of thing.
Okay, that's cool. That is what I would like to
So
do.
the moving up the ship you're gonna have trouble with, but the actual like manhandling him, you that's a job you were built for.
Excellent.
So I mean,
So let's
I
get
guess
this underway.
let's get this
I'm gonna
underway.
focus my bare strength.
So give me a dexterity check to see if you can actually make it to him in the first place.
Oh god. Oh no. No.
What did you expect?
I
you
thought
had a
maybe it would be
-5
okay.
before. It didn't just go away.
I thought maybe like this.
Well, you
time.
know, the odds weren't in your favor.
What's gonna happen though if it's a 4? But
Cleo, on her short, bare legs, starts.
can I throw the bomb? No. I
You can
shouldn't
throw
do
the
that.
bomb, yeah.
But it's our ship, Cleo.
Can I ask a question about the bomb?
Mm-hmm.
If I threw it at D.E.E.T.Z, it's a small one. So is it like very probable that it will irreparably damage the ship, or could it just blow D.E.E.T.Z off?
Well, the ship. Where are we? The ship has got hit points of at the moment 100, and your
Wow.
bomb will do a maximum of 18 points of damage. So it won't.
So I'm gonna throw it
Wait,
at
Cleo,
D.E.E.T.Z.
you fumble. You have a clumsy stat.
Because I believe in myself.
Well, she used to be.
Always.
She used to be a very like proficient master of arms human. You got to remember.
So this is all as surprising to
she
me
has
as
she
it is
has
to
the
you.
skill set. She just doesn't have the body to pull it off.
Yeah, Dan.
I don't.
Well,
not
gonna
in
do
this
it,
moment.
though.
I believe in you when you're on the ground and your legs are firmly planted on floor.
Well, I'm about to be there. Can I just throw the bomb?
yeah, throw the bomb. That's another dexterity check.
Oh, okay.
Oh, what?
Okay, a 3.
Cleo
I throw it at myself.
falling off the back of the ship.
Yeah, of course.
Throws the bomb. And it's kind of in D.E.E.T.'s general direction. It goes in the right direction, but it just bounces off the top of the ship. Falls
The
down
ship
into
that we are in.
falls down into the docks below. So all this is happening kind of concurrently. Cleo goes flying off. She's not particularly high off the ground, and she hits the ground with some concussive force. Luckily,
Is this my thing?
she's built to last. She has one of her advantages
baby.
was a superhuman or a much higher, greater than normal constitution. But
my God.
the bomb goes tap down some stairs into one of the docking stations on the other side from where Herodotus' ship is docked. And there's an explosion and a whole bunch of yelling and dismay. It sort of sounds like there's been some sort of chain reaction set off because the explosion is much larger than that of the bomb. Possibly someone's starship has been blown the hell up.
Could have been worse.
And
What?
D.E.E.T.Z.
Wait, what?
D.E.E.T.Z.
Always
hanging
look
onto
on
the
the
front of the
bright
ship
side of
is now
life.
punching at the windscreen with the stump of his broken arm, punching at it.
Okay, Herodotus grabs the doctor by the shoulder. Give me the arm.
You can do miracles if you believe. If you believe in dexterity.
But you have a -5 in.
Well, but that's why you believe, because believing is like adding advantage. Put that on a t-shirt.
Believing is seeing.
I mean, I feel like there's no point having a clumsy character if you don't constantly make them try and do
100%. Like 100% true.
that they are incapable of doing.
Hey,
It is-
hey,
it is.
be your own advantage.
It is good.
All right.
Believe in yourself, everyone. Believe in
But no,
yourself.
I'm going to walk away from Herodotus there as he's asking me to hand over the hand, which I am vested in since I have a broken arm of my own, which I would quite like to
You want
replace.
to have it for yourself?
Yeah, I have a broken arm,
You
guys.
are a
Did you forget
shit.
this?
You're a shit.
I'd like to fucking replace my arm with this D.E.E.T.Z one.
I mean, it's
So,
We're
not
gonna do
come
a
up
quick-
yet, but yeah, like
Gonna do a little quick job.
Yes,
go out
yes,
there
let's
and fight
put
him.
your personal need or want of a new arm in front of the prospect of my child surviving this encounter. I see the whole first do no harm thing really stuck with you, didn't it? You.
Okay, continuing to walk away from Herodotus.
I love the fact that everyone's first instinct is to get out of the ship and climb up on top, though.
Everyone.
What would you do?
Ridiculous.
It was just the fucking bear. The rest of us have had the good sense of staying inside the ship.
I walk over and turn the windscreen wipers on.
Dr. Z turns on the I mean, they're not really windscreen wipers so much as an electrostatic field for removing space debris.
That sounds like it would hurt.
But it's basically like big, long energy blade that swipes across the screen back and forth. And this is definitely doing some damage as like D.E.E.T.Z is sparking each time it zooms past him. It's like, like gasping, like almost losing his grip with the hand that's hanging on, but continuing to smash at the shield.
Okay, I lean towards the window and wave his hand at him. And I say,
Bye now.
D.E.E.T.Z sort of zeroes in, looking in at Dr. Z and Herodotus. The red glow of his eyes sort of seeming to pinpoint, looking down in. And then he simply looks back down at where he's aiming. You can see like where he's punching at the shield. It looks as though he's possibly even working his way through the shields of the ship. The wiper it's zapping at him, and you can see it's like sparking each time it flicks past. It's destroying his paint job, but it doesn't seem to be cutting through his armored form particularly well as it continues to bash at the windscreen with the stump of his missing arm. And that stump is breaking through the shields, and there's like a faint scuff, possibly even a crack beginning to appear.
So it wasn't enough.
All right. Well, looking at this with some sort of trepidation, but an air of debonair calm, Herodotus sort of gets up, dusts himself off, and makes a leisurely walk towards the exit.
Wait.
Reese taking the wheel. Like,
Commodore Herodotus, Mouth 3 and the Third. Would you like me to continue our descent?
Well, computer, is there any sort of function that you are in possession of that might rid us of this bothersome interloper?
I have an idea.
Yeah, well, you call it what you will. Is that an affirmative? Is it a negative? Please do advise.
Evasive maneuvers initiated.
The ship begins to tilt.
I am the pilot of this here ship.
The ship tilts a good 90 degrees to one side before suddenly reading it like,
Apologies, Herodotus.
Oh, you nearly had me spitting my drink there. Good thinking. Let's try a whole turnabout, shall we? The whole 360.
Very good.
About the horizontal axis, that being. Go for it.
and once again the ship begins tilting. One of the wings sort of scraping at the sides of the docking station to one side, but Reese is sort of generally keeping it away. The artificial gravity inside is keeping all of you still firmly planted to the floor.
Mm-hmm.
As the ship rotates all the way around, good 90 degrees, when suddenly sliding along the windscreen, D.E.E.T.Z is hanging at a different angle, and then it rotates the full 180 degrees, at which point D.E.E.T.Z, glaring inside, lets go and plummets down to the earth, standing not 30-40 feet from Cleo.
Great. Okay.
Well, very good. Now, computer, could you ferry me a little closer to the laudable larder, the plentiful whatever the hell I called my ship? These drinks are stronger than I thought.
Someone's wasted.
The Grey Dragon rights itself all the way around and comes down in, landing sort of just to one side, right near the docking that hasn't been exploded.
Very good, very good. Now open the larboard storage doors, and I will just nip out, grab the old girl, and then park her up your rear. Yes.
Certainly, Herodotus.
Good man, good man. And so Herodotus makes for the exit to do exactly that.
All right, so the rear end is parked up quite near to where Cleo is lying.
Okay.
But she is looking straight down at D.E.E.T.Z, who is standing near the front of the ship where he fell off. And I think I'm gonna have to get everyone to roll initiative.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Oh, I got an 18.
16
That
for
a
me.
thing.
So compared to this ship on the map, where is the Plentiful Pantry?
Plentiful Pantry, it is off to the right.
Screen right.
All right. Screen right.
Screen
All
right.
All right. So Herodotus makes a dash for the docking bay and sort of will pass by Cleo on his way out, I guess.
Herodotus is with his faulty mechanical leg is quite slow.
Yeah, that's true.
In fact, how fast does he move? He moves ridiculously slow.
Oh yeah.
He moves 3 squares per turn.
Oh my god.
Very good.
That's
This is
pretty
gonna
ridiculous.
be fun.
Yeah, I mean that's as much as Herodotus can do in one turn as he can move
next.
halfway down.
Next time on Orbital Refuse. Still moving.
This is Dr.
It's like
Z's
Dragon Ball
turn.
Z now, where the same fight lasts 13 years.
Yeah.
Well, the fights should go pretty fast in this, as long as you're.
You stop watching it, and then you watch again 2 years later, and the same fight is still happening, but they're still charging up.
We've just finished talking about Tiger King.
What's Dr. Z gonna do?
It's okay. I'll record it this time.
Can I just pass? I don't know. I haven't got a plan yet.
I mean, you're here in the ship. Like you're planning to, once Herodotus gets out, I guess, to fly
I'll walk
off.
over to the controls and sit down and start plugging myself into the various things, but I haven't got an idea of what I want to do yet, so I'll just skip the turn.
That is really responsible. I salute you.
Oh, hang on, what am I talking about?
guess-
Herodotus can move. I forgot my entire system. He can move with each energy, so he can use 3 energy to move 3 squares 3 times.
But then he can't do anything.
Oh, so 9.
Yeah.
I don't have to do anything. So 1, 2.
You just
So he can make it all the way
stand
to the back of the ship.
menacingly in front of him.
Yeah.
So you want to go there because that's where the door is, but yeah. Then he's used all his energy. Yes. Okay. Sorry.
Bloody hell, this ship is bigger than I thought.
That makes more sense. Yes.
We should make a proper map of the ship, like an interior with like corridors and everything.
Yeah, I will make a better one.
That'd
but
be pretty cool.
Like in terms of like using it for combat and stuff, like I don't want to make it too big because it's
No, but I'm sure we could make it like a nice looking, pretty map.
we could, yeah.
Yeah.
Because we still only want it to be about this size because this is about how big the ship is in relation to you guys. But yeah.
But then actually, if it's this big and Herodotus' ship can fit like multiple people in it, and this ship can fit 3 of those ships in it, then this ship needs to be bigger.
But I mean, you got to remember, like each of these, like the size of your people isn't accurate. Like this is a 5x5 foot sort of square, so you could fit multiple people in
But
there.
we can finesse it. We can.
But yeah, like it's
We can make it.
my
nice.
sizing my scale might be a little bit off.
It's episode 3. We can work on it.
But anyway, so yeah, Dr. Z skipping his turn isn't actually a stupid idea because it means he's still got 3 energies that he could use in response during someone else's turn anyway.
Yeah, I'll just keep myself in Overwatch mode if this was XCOM.
Anyway, Cleo, sort of having landed bodily, having knocked the air out of her lungs, but not having really taken any damage, slamming onto the ground here.
Hell yes. Thank you so much, Dick.
What's the plan?
Okay, cool. Let's see. How close am I to D.E.E.T.Z?
You are...
I'm looking at the thing, but let me zoom in. Is he the robot that's closer to Dr. Z? Okay,
yeah,
yes, he
he's
is.
that's him there.
The only other robot, maybe?
You know what? You all fucking look the same to me.
But there's only 2 of us, you fucking...
So he's 8 squares, and you can move. You're not the piddly 3 squares per action.
Yes.
Like Herodotus, you can move 5 per action.
Wonderful.
So you could
Let me
easily
just
close
see.
the gap with 2
Excellent.
actions and perform something.
So, I could do a bomb, but I could also come after him with my custom blaster rifle,
This is true.
which is a ranged weapon, so I wouldn't have to move, or is that incorrect?
You're just within range, in fact, with the blaster.
That sounds great. I would like to kind of set up Gatling gun style and let loose on him.
Yeah?
Or you could just let him live.
So now I've rolled for that.
Oh,
It's a
Shazam.
pretty radical weapon.
and you've
it has
rolled-
shield piercing.
You've rolled the shield piercing version, because you can roll shield piercing or non-shield piercing.
No, I'm gonna roll shield piercing just in
Holy
case
shit,
because I
Taylor,
know
that's a
D.E.T.Z
huge
is a
roll.
shifty
Yeah.
little creature.
So shield piercing does less damage, but completely pierces through shields, which against D.E.T.Z is probably a very good move, because he is a very techie.
Absolutely.
creature.
I don't know a lot, y'all, but I know about banging guns. Nope.
Cleo
Take that away.
fires off your shield piercing rifle. Dead on target. This is a strange roll. That's a 24.
Yeah.
Yeah, boy.
And it just straight right down between the eyes, if D.E.T.Z had humanoid eyes, straight in the middle of his head, and you can see like D.E.T.Z very quickly does flex his shield up to no effect as he goes, "Wah!" And the blast hits him full on the head, knocking him back down to the ground. 6 points of damage. There's just a big cracked open hole, sparks flying out of his robot head.
Cool.
Forgot you
Very
had
cool.
Forgot you had shield piercing. He is fucked.
Bloody hell, Bear. You sure you never done time in the service? There was some straight murder.
Well, I hope I didn't destroy the story.
I mean, he's not dead yet.
Great. But he's really hurt,
He
right?
is seriously hurt. He's on the ground, like he's like landed back on his one good arm.
Excellent.
With his head blown open.
Can I do something else now?
You can.
Wonderful. I would like to get on my comm, which it sounds like we all have, even though we maybe made that up.
Yeah, you've always had comms
That's a
and
future.
planetary maps.
I'm glad.
myself.
I would like to get on my comm and let everybody know that dinner is ready, and if they want anything from D.E.T.Z, they better come a-running. He's almost a little too crispy.
I will reply to Cleo and say,
If you can manage to get that arm of his, I would be very appreciative.
I could probably
Only if it's
do
on
that.
your way, though. Really.
Bloody hell, healthcare costs you an arm and a
Well,
leg
see,
these days.
I was gonna loot him anyway,
yeah. Well, if you're looting him and you can manage to like rip his arm off,
but I was calling you guys because I thought maybe you wanted to like extract intel from him while he was injured.
oh no, I'm not coming off the ship. It would be ridiculous for all of us to get on the ground and then
So are you gonna walk me through IT style how to get that?
just grab his head and the arm, or just
Just rip
Okay.
them off. They'll be fine. They'll be salvageable.
Grab the arm, leave the head.
Dick, is he in a condition that I could just like pick him up and have him, or like is
like
he
a
gonna...
C-3PO on a Wookiee's back type thing.
Nah, he's
Or
he's
have
still
him in like the way
more or
Tay
less
obviously
fighting
needs.
fit. Like he's sustained serious damage to his core and so on, but like he's
A wolf's
still
head
moving.
can still kill.
He's still moving quite aggressively. I mean, regardless, if that's Cleo's turn, it is D.E.T.'s turn.
Yeah, oh,
D.E.T.'s immediately lifting up his good high-tech arm, holding himself up. He's still like not really off the ground yet. He's holding himself up with his stump of a hand. Sparks flying out of his ruined head sort of shell. I don't know what you call it. His helmet? He's a robot. It's just his head.
It would just be his head.
He's holding himself upright, and he aims that arm at Cleo, and it unfolds to the multiple blaster guns that he had flexed earlier. Perhaps you might have seen.
I thought
And
you said he
without-
was real hurt.
He is real hurt,
Well, this
but
sounds like
he's still functional.
this is problematic for me.
It's Tom Hanks at the end of Saving Private Ryan, but with a robot
Also bad
and
for
an
me.
unfolding gun arm.
And without any hesitation, he fires off a round at Cleo.
Oh,
I don't really like it.
Wait, can I extend my shield?
Oh shit! 20.
Oh my god, Dick! No!
Herodotus doesn't
Yeah.
have the tech for doing that yet. He could
Scheisse.
upgrade though. Dr. Z does.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Do I witness any of this?
yeah, you can see.
Yeah, from
you
your
can
little
see out the.
nest.
Well, it's lucky I didn't take my turn because that means that I can interject, right?
Yes, unfortunately, your shield won't reach Cleo.
Oh no.
But
well, I am
Maybe
inside
the
a
ship's
ship.
shield can.
what if the ship had a shield projector?
Let me quickly try and talk Reese into maybe lowering the wing of the ship to try and make a wall in between the two.
Also, is Reese short for Talmor Reese?
Oh!
Oh my god!
Did you just Cedric the game?
God. Is that
think
true?
so.
Did you think of that, Ricky?
I did not, but that is
Oh my
You
brilliant.
should have, Ricky. You should have just taken that one. It was pretty cool.
Mm.
You're,
I
you're
should
an
have called him
honorable
Tel
figure.
Maurice.
So, how do you want me to roll this? Do you want me to roll communication with Reese or piloting? Or,
I mean, you could literally just talk to Reese if you wanted to.
yeah. I just say,
Reese, can we lower the wings, stop that blasted D.E.E.T.Z from hurting old Cleo?
We could. We.
we what?
We could.
We could. But may I suggest, Dr. Z,
Yes.
at some small risk to ourselves, we could project the shields of the ship.
Yeah. Well, I'm more used to that since I have a personal shield transmitter. So I would do. Yeah, let's go for that.
Sounds excellent.
I did actually in the specs of the Grey Dragon, it does have a shield projector built in.
Oh, wicked.
nice.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, the Grey Dragon. God, am I going to use my space combat alongside? Yeah, why not? So it uses 2 energy basically to project the shield, and has 6. So you can literally just spend your turn projecting the shield over onto Cleo, and it uses 3 energy of the ship, and it just works.
Oh, I feel like you've just made a thing that's going to come back later on.
I mean,
giving us this
basically,
opportunity.
If you're having a firefight next to the ship and someone's in there, yeah, you've got a little bit of OP-ness of the fact
like
that you've got
Oh,
a starship.
penis!
It's like touching base and like a game of tag.
Yeah, touching the base of the O penis.
You could also
Yeah.
just run him over or shoot him with the onboard big guns on the starship. There's plenty of ways this starship can break hand-to-hand combat.
I'm ashamed
hadn't
at
even-
how excited I got for O penis and no one else did. That's
Diverting energy from the ship, the shields project onto Cleo.
You are like mega charged, like in Team Fortress.
And it's a good thing they did because how much damage was she about to take?
about to get hit with a 20.
Cool. Oh, yeah, I remember that.
This was natural 20, so I was going to double the damage. That is 16 points of damage.
Whoa, I would have
Oh,
died.
shit, son.
Evaporated.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, we wouldn't want that now, would we?
So the 16 points of damage that would have legitimately killed Cleo, even with she doesn't have armor. So yeah, that would have just taken Cleo out.
Wait, I
Is
have
instead-
armor. Wait, you're right.
No, you
you're
don't.
right.
You don't have useful
You're-
armor.
Remember when you
don't
fell
have
down
armor,
that hole?
You're just a bear.
Yeah, okay, I take that back.
But you are extra strong. Like you've got 15 hit points, which is quite a lot.
You are just kind of extra.
Yeah, is quickly absorbed by the shields projecting off the Grey Dragon off the ship, and the shields take that damage for Cleo, and then whoop, back up into the ship. As D.E.E.T.Z then runs for cover, and he just charges underneath to try and hide behind the gun turret of the Grey Dragon.
But how high up is the Grey Dragon at the moment?
Well, it's coming into land, isn't it? So I thought it's basically landed now.
Oh, cool. Cool.
How high is it, Evan?
Oh,
I
the
don't know.
moon.
About 420 centimeters off the ground. Ah!
And that makes it
Or 69 inches if you want to be imperial.
Just so you know-
Herodotus's turn.
Herodotus, as he kind of gets to that the rear entrance, and is breathing heavily in his exertions. He shouts out, hoping that the ship can hear him.
Computer!
Yes.
Computer?
Herodotus.
Is there any chance you could just land your bulk on top of the interloper?
I shall try.
Very well, proceed.
And the ship coming down directly sort of on top, the landing gear lands in. The gun turrets won't have landed low enough to crush D.E.E.T.Z. So the landing gear starts pulling in as well as the ship scrapes awkwardly down. The open doors sort of scraping and sparking on the road. They're sort of forced down as the ship comes down. I keep saying down.
Going
Down,
down.
down.
Basically, the landing gear starts getting pulled in, and the ship is just collapsing down its full weight on top of D.E.E.T.Z, who does realize exactly what is happening and makes a last-ditch effort to scramble out of the way.
But can he do that? Did he not just use up all of his energy on doing the things he did?
He used 2 of his energy. He's got 1 left.
Oh, son of a bitch. Okay. So where is he now?
He is flattened by the ship.
Oh no! Can we still loot? Just like asking for a friend.
So there's a bubble dome gun turret that he was trying to hide behind, but instead is just being pushed bodily into the ground. His shield is sort of sparking and flicking, seems to be like more or less holding him together, but he's just pinned there, scrambling about like a cockroach on its back.
And with that, Herodotus elects to exit the ship. So, for how far away was my ship again?
So your ship is like, it will take you a couple of turns during combat to get in there and get it.
Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I assume that didn't take me an energy to talk to the ship, or maybe it took me like 1.
Oh, and it didn't take you energy to talk to the ship. Nah.
All right. So after the ship kind of comes sort of scrambling down and scrapes along the ground, Herodotus kind of jauntily steps off and goes, "Doo-de-doo, that's what we call danger close."
So Herodotus has made it to the entrance. There's a sort of like a ramp that goes down into where all the ships are docked, and he's made it that far at a sort of a limping prosthetic leg run.
A jaunty limp.
And it's Dr. Z's turn again. Which does mean the grey dragon has regenerated its energy.
Yeah, I don't know. Again, I feel like I'm just kind of in Overwatch mode. At the moment, D.E.E.T.Z is crushed under the ship, and those two are off to try and get the other ship, which is why we came here. So I don't think there's anything that I
Everything
need to do.
seems to be going to plan, really.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't really need to do anything. So I'll just kind of like keep watch, I guess.
Stay as is, alrighty.
Yeah.
So that makes it Cleo's turn.
Ooh, okay. So he's crushed,
He's crushed. He's trapped. He's scrambling about like a cockroach.
but he
I guess.
cannot get out. He's just doing that thing that cockroaches
Yeah, he can't
do.
get out. He can still perform other actions potentially, but he has used all his energy at this point, so he can't really do anything.
Excellent. So his head and arms are intact?
Yeah.
Okay, I would like to start dismantling him.
That was fucking straightforward.
Straight to the point.
Yep. What do I gotta do? What do I gotta roll?
Okay, so
Bear
you'll
claws?
spend 2 energy getting yourself right up to him, and then another energy with this attempt.
So nothing.
No, you're gonna have to roll a basic engineering.
Okay.
And for this turn at least, if you succeed, you can just remove his arm because he can't fight back at the moment. He's too exhausted.
How do I roll engineering?
Well, you don't have an advantage or disadvantage at it, so you can just roll a flat d20.
Excellent. So far, so good, everyone.
Hey, that's great.
All right. So I got a 17, you guys. Excellent.
17.
Oh.
So I'm just gonna get on down on my haunches. Look at me in this little, don't even have eyes, do you? You just like a little webcam trying to get away.
D.E.E.T.Z is flying around like,
Don't you do this, you great creature, you filthy alien! Get off me! Unhand me!
Well,
as Cleo sees that, like a droid of this nature isn't hugely different from, sort of a really complicated bomb. This is, it's kind of like the whole plug and play explosives thing.
Yeah.
And with, given that she is exceptionally strong, even without the benefit of appropriate tools, she is able to brute force remove D.E.E.T.'s
Oh, brilliant.
good arm. This is a top of the line thing, this arm. It's serious stuff.
it is.
And D.E.E.T.Z is just howling extreme anger as he's flailing about. Now he's just got sort of like a whirring socket where the arm was. The other sort of, top half of an arm stump pounding on the ground and his legs flailing.
Give that back!
Oh, come on now. Oh, you're slicker than snot, ain't you? Give it up. Got a friend be needing an arm. You caused us quite a bit of trouble, my friend. We could have been halfway home by now.
So it's D.E.E.T.'s turn, but he has been quite thoroughly disarmed by you guys.
Literally.
He is just going to engage his shields in an attempt to try and force himself out from under the ship.
Oh shit, he's still got shields.
He does still have shields.
Okay. What's this about?
And the shield sort of blitzes and blasts, and his sparking torso just sort of flails about in the ground. Seems like the shields, having now burned away, just trying to blast the ship off him to no avail. And he sort of lies there limply, realizing he's not going anywhere until the ship raises up off him.
Oh, that's so embarrassing.
Oh, so sad.
Because that's not gonna really happen, is it?
I think we've reached a point now where we can safely abandon the notion of turn-based combat as Herodotus, in his turn, makes his way to the Plentiful Pantry, right where he parked it.
Home sweet home.
He says as he presses the button and opens up his Plentiful Pantry, letting his new house guest / progeny inside with him. He takes place in his somewhat well-worn pilot seat and prepares to ram it up the backside of the Grey Dragon.
Very good. So the Plentiful Pantry, it can carry in a pinch a good dozen people. It has the same 100 wounds that the Grey Dragon ship does in terms of its structural integrity, but is not equipped with a shield or armor.
Does it have an AI?
It, I mean, you've already established it has an AI, so it's going to have to now.
Okay,
It's giving more.
Looking forward.
Making Dick work hard.
I'm gonna say I'm tempted to give you until the next episode to kind of come up with a voice for it.
It is also equipped with a single basic cannon, which does 3d6 points of damage if it were to blast at something. It is capable of being equipped with a second
All
one.
right.
However.
Does Herodotus have to aim it, or does it have like a firing algorithm?
Herodotus has to aim it at the frigate.
Shit. All right. Because he's very tempted to shoot at the downed droid, but he's liable to hit the Grey Dragon. So he's just gonna proceed with the parking procedure. Yeah, well, certain things he cares about, certain things he don't. Oh,
all right. The Plentiful Pantry.
Right.
No, it ain't.
At an immense speed, is able to just blast its way out of the docking and catch up to the Grey Dragon.
Wait, catch up?
Well, not catch up, get to.
The Grey Dragon's just sitting there, right?
It's just sitting there. It's not even on its landing gear. It's just sort of like scuffed into the ground.
This is as seen from Herodotus' perspective, and so to get close to a stationary object is in fact to catch up with.
Yeah. Okay.
Herodotus is much faster aboard his starship.
This is true.
No longer with the broken leg.
Yeah, well, but yeah, alright, so that's about what he was kind of hoping to do. So I don't think he feels, he parks the ship and gets off and he goes,
yes, we're back. Alright, everyone, get back on board. Let's prepare to see the last we need of this terrible place. Shall we blast the droid on the way out, perchance? Finish up where we started, as it were.
We still have a Cleo to collect.
Yes, well, I told her to get on board, did I not?
Well, during the course of time of Herodotus parking, I've just drawn it as a sort of a shitty little blue square. It's obviously bigger than that, but the Plentiful Pantry in one of the docking ports of the...
Is that how it works, is it?
Yeah.
You're going to have like these squares connected to the backside.
Yeah.
Okay,
There's 6 docking ports there for like boop, boop.
And so when you say like half a dozen can fit in there, it's like a cramped fit type thing. It's not.
yeah, it's like a...
Yeah, it's a military like carrying vessel. So it's basically got like benches along the back where a bunch of soldiers could all sort of sit there like
XCOM
shoulder to
once
shoulder.
again. Yeah.
I should say in the Norwegian army, kukirab, or, pretty intimate.
Has Cleo just run straight back on board as well, or does she want to try and fuck with D.E.E.T.Z any longer?
Did I loot everything
in
that I
that
could
case,
loot?
get a room.
Do I need to roll?
It's hard to get at a lot of him. His whole central section, where I think some of the goodies are stowed, is at the moment squished underneath a spaceship.
And what about his lower section where other goodies are?
But he does have 2 pairs of legs, not 2 pairs, 1 pair of legs, two legs.
Do I need to like roll any kind of perception to see if there's anything left worth taking, like a part or something?
Oh, give me a roll.
Let's see. So I've rolled an 11.
So looking over the body, Cleo can see that indeed her initial assessment is pretty accurate. Although D.E.E.T.Z is equipped with shielding, that entire unit seems to be lost somewhere in his torso underneath the ship. His entire structure, like the arm that she's taken, is by far the best bit of him. But he is like his shell plating is all quite well armored as well.
Can I have it?
You could remove the plating from his legs if you wanted to have some potential armor pieces.
Such a gruesome scene.
Okay, I'm gonna take that too.
Oh my god.
Thanks,
Let's
boss.
have another engineering roll to see whether this is done well or with just crappy,
So brutal.
bear claw
She's
ripping.
a bear. It's gonna be ripping. And
I also have a move called Bear Claws, just like so that y'all know.
course you do.
Is that getting us delicious fatty pastries?
I imagine that one day it will be used for that, yes.
Ooh, well then.
Bear love honey.
but in the way like you use it to kill somebody to get their bear claws?
Yeah.
I should have mentioned, I'm sure I did at the very first time, but like the whole like one attack per combat sort of generally just applies to blaster rifles and so on. If you were dual wielding blasters, dual wielding energy blades, or using your bear claws, you can in fact make an attack with each limb as well. Speaking
And that
of
would be
bear
one
claws,
energy per limb? Or?
one energy per attack, yeah.
Yeah.
You know how sometimes like you watch a video of a bear like bothering a dumpster and when it can't get in, it gets bored and goes away?
Yep.
That's what I'm gonna do.
Cleo bit hunched over, clawing at this severely ruined robot before getting bored and running back on board the ship. And perhaps not a second too soon, because as you all get on board the Grey Dragon, you see in the sky above some starships leveling in, coming directly towards you, and Dr. Z's constant checking of the radio chatter and the radar confirms these are ships that Princess Zuzu has sent after you.
Ah, fuck.
Cool.
I say, Herodotus, we are going to be needing your piloting expertise. We are under attack, as I'm sure you two are well aware. Not exactly quiet, was it?
Oh, good lord, my shoulders are starting to hurt. Doctor, I need your medical expertise. My shoulders are sore from carrying this whole bloody team.
Yes. Well, get used to it.
And I'll walk over back to the navigation spot.
Herodotus starts smacking his lips, going,
Oh, that flavor. It must be salt.
Atola Medusas of freshwater.
Wait.
What?
Species.
The species of
real?
jellyfish that I am.
Are you saying that there are jellyfish in fresh water too in real life? I just got
Are we talking
freaked
about real
out and
life?
I had to ask.
I mean, freshwater jellyfish I don't think exist on Earth, but
Okay, just
Exactly.
that's Dr. Z doesn't come from
I also don't
Earth.
think that there is a bear walking around with a
Daniel, I
person
thought this
inside
was like
it.
a real type of jellyfish that you
Oh
were...
no, I'm not that smart. No, I don't know that much.
This whole time you keep talking about it, and I'm like, he must have watched some serious Discovery
haven't-
Channel to
I haven't
figure out.
watched any like nature docs trying to prepare for this episode. No.
Okay.
As the ships are closing in, and as Herodotus sits down into the captain's chair, ready to pilot the ship away, D.E.E.T.Z begins chuckling.
You great fools. Zuzu will spare no expenses finding her egg. There's nowhere you can hide. There's nowhere you can hide.
Well, that sure sounds... That sounds ominous, doesn't it?
Can I program Reese to do a quick electric zap through the foot that's sitting on D.E.E.T.Z as we leave? Just to zap him one more time?
You could basically engage the shields.
Yeah, let's engage the shields one quick last time. As I hear that, I reach over my robotic hand and just push the shield button, just pulse it one bit, just be like, just quietly as we fly away.
And as the ship takes off, the landing gear extending, the shields pulse one last time, blasting D.E.E.T.Z. And he's almost flattened into a crater in the road. You can see his legs are no longer attached to his torso anymore even, as he flails about pathetically.
Oh, a successful mission. We have your Plentiful Pantry.
Ah, yes, we are well stocked now, lads. And bear.
Oh, that's anticlimactic, isn't it?
I don't know what you're talking about, mysterious voice in my head, says
Herodotus as he jauntily opens a cask of sherry and starts chugging it down.
Oh yes, Herodotus is now actually stocked with his own provisions. That's a good thing.
Ah, yes. Oh,
God damn it.
You have no idea what kind of goodies we have in stock. In the back of the ladder, there's a fine stock of potted Stilton. Oh, this place is gonna smell like home in no time.
Oh, it sure is. It sure is.
between your Ursine musk and my
Exquisite.
curdled milk, we shall have a very good time on this ship.
Thank God Daniel's a jellyfish.
Yeah, it's a good thing Dr. Z can't smell.
Yeah, I'm stuck in the fishbowl. It's fine.
He would not be happy about this state of affairs, I'm sure.
No.
It's all right. Stilton makes for a wonderful soup.
I will, continue
hungry.
watching the spaceways.
Let's call that.
You guys,
episode
we
there.
haven't even done that many of these, and I already have a thing.
Yeah, you have a thing of
falling off shit.
falling off shit and throwing explosives no matter what the consequences.
Although that's the first time, actually, because Cleo's bomb gambit has worked the other two
It
times
did work
she's gotten
on
the fight.
on the big worm creature, the big what's the swamp monster thing, whatever it was.
It worked on the dark squatters as well, you know.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah.
it did do that.
Thank you kindly for another nail biting nail biting
Skin of your teeth adventure.
adventure of the skin of your teeth. Backwater
I
bastards.
had a great
You wanna-
time,
Yeah.
and
fun.
I'm alive. And if you want to hear something exciting that is relevant to all of us, I have put up an item on Redbubble.
Oh yeah.
What's Redbubble?
That's our shop.
Oh, right.
Oh. And what have you put up?
I used one of the easier ones to do, but it's
You're
this
really
damn-
selling it, Taylor.
I know. Well, because I'm
Yeah.
trying to figure out how
I
it
put
works.
a thing up on the shop. It's kind of shit.
I don't actually know how
I mean, don't.
to show it to you
don't
yet.
buy it.
So
So that was a good mention.
Are we
Nice
supposed?
plug.
Do you want to record this bit later?
I mean, it sounds.
Oh, you're actually
amazing.
like telling me to record it like
so
like for
you
people?
can't say anything nice about it, and you can't show us it. But
Might be worth the wait then.
I
Can I?
Amazing.
Can I please go
amazing
make
plan.
dinner?
guys, I
I'm
fucked
dying
up.
here.
Evan, get out of here.
I think you're relieved. You're relieved of duty.
Thank you.
Cheers, man.
I love you guys. This was
I love you.
See
Yes,
you.
Have a special
Cheers.
day.
It's
Have
the
a
end of the
special
day,
day.
Taylor.
Tune in next time for another edge of your seat adventure in space with the Backwater Bastards.
If you enjoy listening, but also have eyes, check out our Instagram, where we post drawings, illustrations, character art from our adventures. Backwater_bastards. Check out our Instagram on Instagram.
Oh, guys, I just saw a picture on the internet of how far the cotton swab goes into your nose if you get tested for coronavirus.
Okay, how far does it go in?
I'm gonna send the
Okay.
picture. People who are listening, it's literally all the way back into your skull.
Well, it's very.
I mean,
All the way.
as long as it's past the. That's. I mean, that's not. Anyway. Whoa.
Oh wow, yeah, that's quite far deep. Damn.
That's like to his ear.
Yeah.
I didn't even know you could get back there.
Also, that's just from a guy called Kyle Russell. That might be fake.
Okay, but
I mean, the thing is from Jessica Peck, DMP, APR, and CPNP slash.
That sounds like a
PC. I don't know
Don't
then
anything,
on
but
top of
seems
it,
like
there's
you
this
should-
article.
It seems like she might be a.
There's an article from reputable scientific source Nerdist.
Yeah. Yeah.
That lady's face is red and she's crying.
Mm.
So that's all you really need to know.